everybody can hear me. Hit me up with a 1 or a thumbs up or what's going on if you're checking in and hearing. We'll let this thing warm up. See if anybody drops in. It's been a minute. But since there's just madness raining around, I figured I might as well get some time in on a live one when we're doing some driving here. It's been a long minute since we've done anything, so let's catch up while I've got about a half hour. What do you think? Just because I was on the radio, I didn't want to listen to that madness, distraction and sideshow that is going on in the cesspool center of the country. You know what I mean, man? So we'll see who checks in here and see if we can get anything going on. Hey, what's up, Mule? I didn't steal nothing. All memes are free game. Are they not? Are all memes not free game? Can you hear me, Mule? Are we good on the voice recognition? Do you have 4x4 audio? Yes, we shall indeed have a Merry Christmas. If we make it that far, right? We're good. I think we'll make it. I think we'll have many. Christmas will come and go many times. But yeah, there's this madness going on in the capital city. The impeachment hearing apparently is dropping. Everybody's grandstanding about their moral upright righteousness and everything. And trying to treat Trump like he's different than any other of the last 40 presidents, which is the amusing part. Some representative tweeted out the other day about that we couldn't set the standard that this was acceptable actions and that we wouldn't accept tyranny from the executive branch. And I just wanted to remind everybody that you're about 150 years too late to stop the presidential tyranny that has taken over this country. So yeah, good thoughts, but it's a little late to stop any of that. We're not the generation that could have stopped it. We can end it, but we can't stop it from occurring because we're already there. You know? Mule, I got a knock or a loose lift? Possibly, I guess. Well, that's probably just the highway. That section of the highway in particular is a little rough. Should smooth out here a little bit. You know? But hope everybody's getting ready for their Christmas and not getting sucked into the madness and the distraction of what's on the TV, because the economic subversion continues, as we've tried to highlight, and I've tried to tell everybody to get ready and take some action. Not preparation, but take action, because when you look at the economic front and all the things that are being used to prop up the money flow, you know, it's not just Wall Street. Wall Street's an indicator. We continually use that as a picture, but it's just a snapshot. But the true problem is going to be when money freezes up and stops. And that's what they're trying to prevent. And that's why we're having like $90 billion a day by the Fed in their quantitative easing program that they don't want to call quantitative easing, even though they now admit they're probably going to do a quantitative easing. They're calling it 20, and it's just on and on. But it's all about greasing the skids, because everybody wants to pay down their debt, and the more people try to pay down their debt, though, it's going to bring the system to a halt. But they don't want that. They want to create more debt because that's what keeps it all propped up. And it's bad news all the way around. This Chinese supposed trade deal that keeps getting floated out there about every week, oh, we're close to a deal, is all about trying to make people think that their money is going to be well invested and get multiplied in the future. And the Chinese are playing the game, but they've got an exit strategy, I believe, that, as we know, the Chinese look 20, 40 years ahead. and they're probably 20 and 40 years ahead of us, and have out. So it's just a matter of time. Nobody can stop it. There was a poll on Twitter that I just had to shake my head at the other day. It was asking what was the most important thing in your mind to save the country, or to make an improvement or whatever. And it was like, two of the choices were eliminate the national debt, and one of the other choices was re-elect Trump. And then there was two other choices. I can't remember what they were. But the re-elect Trump was winning by a mile, like 90% or something insane. And I was just like, this is just proof positive of how stupid Americans are. They'd rather have Trump than eliminate the national debt. And the national debt is what is killing the country at this moment in time. And everything that industrial complex, etc., all the pet projects that get put in through your senators is all the debt that props itself up. But without elimination of that debt, it ain't gonna get no better, you know. Let's see what we got checking in here now that I've just ranted, got a little bit off my chest since it's been a minute that we've talked about anything. Trump don't care, says Mule. Right, he don't care. Yeah, if he can keep Wall Street afloat, that's his legacy will be not having the crash on his watch. That's why he said Trump wants quantitative easing. Trump wants more debt. He said it multiple times. He wants more debt because that's the only way he can stay in power. Hey, Westwind, what's going on? How you doing? Hope you're doing good down I hope you're not too miserable with no snow this time of year. I hate it for you. If you want to come enjoy some snow, come on up. You can watch the world burn in the snow. It's much prettier like that. Darnell, how you doing, Darnell? Welcome to the chat. Darnell, Trump wants to audit the Fed. If you say so. But that's Congress's job ultimately, and they're never going to get that through. And if anybody wanted to push that narrative, they had 10 plus years of a strong audit and eliminate the Fed movement, and they kicked that guy out of the Republican Party. So that lets you know how the Republicans feel about eliminating the Fed when they did what they did to Ron Paul. So that's not going to happen. Everybody in D.C. that gets their power off of debt knows they can't audit the Fed. They can't eliminate the Fed. It's just not going to happen. That's where they get all their power from. What's up, Tony? I check in on your videos every now and then, Tony. I think I missed. You've been putting out a lot more lately. I've missed a lot, I think, but I've been trying to keep up to date with your Boogaloo situation there in the Sin City. Vegas is definitely going to be a key indicator, probably. By the way, go visit Tactical Tony if you don't know. He's got some Die Commie Scum t-shirt swag. He's trying to get started. He's trying to get a little message put out there. Go check him out. Christmas presents for everybody. If you haven't seen him do that, he's been putting that out there. So something to think about if you maybe looking for some like-minded message-giving gear, equipment. Go check out Tony. I'm not sure how many designs he's got yet, but go check him out. Can't go wrong. No worries, Darnell. You can go ahead and put out your view. I just counterpointing. I've talked about it before. It's nothing new. I've long said that Trump is in on it. He's not ignorant. He knows how the system works, and he knows the debt's what underpins his whole job. What's up, RTT Matt? What's going on? Resist the tear in the house. How you doing? Hope things aren't too hot down there in your side of the country. Up and down in the desert. Up and doing good. Bikes and Bullets, what's going on? Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. Hope you're doing good. Bikes, haven't seen you on the YouTube in a minute. I haven't even seen you in Tony's videos commenting, I don't think. But it's just one thing after the other, right? I think we're about ready to hit our dead spot up here where we usually roll into a dead zone. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe it's just a daytime thing when we're on the drive and we hit that one dead zone. Doing well, 68 degrees. Man, that's miserable. How do you put up with that? I think we're in the 40s most days right now. We had a couple of days below freezing, but hey, it's wintertime. It's what it's supposed to be, right? That's why I don't live down there. It's too hot for me. No, not a vet bikes and not a sports car. That's for dang sure. That's a good joke. I like that. Hey, CE, what's up, Christine? Yeah, he's a puppet. Well, I would say more. Yeah, it's all plays in, right? He's in on it. Yeah, providing cover for everybody. Like, I mean, I said it in 2015. He's the perfect cover for the collapse if they want to put it in, because they will blame capitalism to implement the control socialist system. He'll be the perfect fall guy, but he'll just walk away from the presidency a rich man while the country suffers. But he can also just provide cover like he is as they continue to pile up the debt. And he's distracting with either this or, oh, well, guess what? We're putting more troops back into the Middle East. So much for ending the wars and ending all that deal that he was talking about, right? More lies and distractions. Just keep your eyes open. This impeachment stuff is nothing but a distraction. Even if they do impeachment, to what end? You know, so you get Pence in there. You know, they're going to impeach Pence. I guess if they impeach Trump before November, it has to be Pence on the ticket, and Pence has to get reelected on his own, which might be a hard ask for just about anybody. But like we've said, their ability to control things is directly proportional to how crazy and wacky things will get. The less control they have, the wackier they can get, unless they want to collapse it because they lose control. They can flip the switch on the debt. It's easy to freeze the money system. The money system can be froze basically overnight and leave everybody else on the bag. And then it's all bets are off with how China reacts and everybody else that's holding debt. And that's how wars get started, right? And then the big boogaloo, not just the little one, right? Not just the local, not just the minimum little one like they had in New Jersey yesterday. Was it yesterday when that New Jersey thing went down? That was some interesting stuff. Shootout, some running gunning in New Jersey, Jersey City. But it just seems like it's going to be more and more prevalent. Not likely to get any better. That's why we say, and Pastor Joe says it often on his channel, Pastor Joe Fox, which most of you, I'm pretty sure, follow. Come out of there, my people. Come out of the cities. Any city, get as far away as possible. Even if you're just 5 miles further outside the city than where you are now, it's going to be better for stuff like that, where you're not actually in the city when it goes down. It's not going to be pretty. Oh man, we got all kinds of people checking in. M Long checking in. What's up? What is going on? Yeah, I found that pretty cool. I was checking in on the YouTube I guess it was last week, and Asymmetrical Preparedness got a shout out from Pastor Joe. That was pretty cool, talking about his video, and a lot of it, what he said is right along what I've said. There is no restoration coming. We need a destruction and a rebuilding of whatever you can and whatever we can in our areas. The sea, the shining sea, 50 states is done. The control of under the thumb of Washington, D.C. has to end. It's just biding our time until such a time that things do that point, I guess you'd say. You know, because you can't continue to centralize control in D.C. and think anything is going to get better. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Blame Lincoln, right? As we do. Rooster, what's up, Rooster Cogburn? How's it going? How's things over the mountain? Hope you're doing up good over there. Probably getting some rain over your way. Or getting back and forth, I guess you'd say. I guess we didn't lag out there. I guess it's a daytime problem in that one section. That's interesting. We had that problem for the longest time. There in those day drives where we'd hit that one section and lag out. I didn't notice it today. Big Boogaloo Mule, you'll be getting nuked. You think so? You don't think you're far enough away to avoid the nuke scenario? I was watching Red Dawn Red Dawn's on YouTube. I found that cool. I watched Red Dawn again one day and was just like taking notes. The Boogaloo says bikes. Laugh out loud. Yeah, didn't you know that's hey bikes? If you're not in the know, Boogaloo is a white supremacist term for civil war. Apparently, that's been the new media talking point, or one of the communist-controlled groups is putting that out there, that using the Boogaloo as the big igloo or the electric Boogaloo. That's all white supremacist racist talk for civil war. It's pretty funny. Hey Wes S, what's going on? Yeah, Wes, I'm not eating dead rats. What was that last video I saw of you, Wes, where you were preparing something and I was just like, I ain't doing it. Not gonna do that. No, Wes, we're still alive. No worries. It's all good. Hope you're getting ready for a good celebratory winter there, Wes. Central Texas. Hey, what's up, Andy? Andy's got snow. Andy's got more snow than all of us, I think. Even though some of it melted, I think he's still got more up there in the Great White North. It's good stuff. The live ones are harder to chew, right? Yeah, I guess you got to kill them first. But gonna stay away from that. Yeah, good to see everybody in here. Thanks for checking in. Haven't been around as much and just been doing the thing. Thus the late night drive thing. But yeah, just get what you're gonna get for Christmas. Don't have to be prepping related this year. But of course everybody will have something, I'm sure. That's one thing I noticed on the whole Black Friday thing this year. There weren't many ammo deals. The deals on ammo were basically non-existent. There were a couple good rifle deals, stuff like that, but I didn't see any ammo that was particularly priced right, if you know what I mean. It wasn't especially tempting to go on an ammo buying spree for the Black Friday, so skipped out on that. You actually got snowed in day after thing. Oh, you're up in West Wind. You got your property up in Arizona you were on? Cool. Was that a good time? That's right on. That's awesome to be able to do that. You and Backcountry Preps has got his Arizona property too. He's getting all prepped up. I haven't checked in on him and how that's going, but I'd imagine he probably went out there for the holidays as well. Be a good time. Friday deals, or are you saying it's just a deal? I mean, I guess if you got to buy pre-made ammo, you know. I don't have a ton of concern about pre-made ammo. I've got enough reload stuff to last me until at least month 6 of the Boogaloo, I think. You know. No good silver deals, says West Wind. Is that right? There was some. I mean, it wasn't. It's always this time of year for Christmas. Everybody gets the shiny stuff, you know. They don't. It's not just basic bullion stuff that goes on sale. It's the shiny pandas and koalas and stuff. But that stuff at a a spot rate or just near to it. That's a protect it and keep it in good shape. It's kind of like pointless, you know. I know what you're saying though. Silver's on discount though. It's at been at $16.50 last week or two, so that's a discount under 17 again. The gas price is creeping up. That gas price has got me another one of those indicators of inflation. You know, it's like $3 gas in the winter is not kosher. This is not, the wintertime's a good time to get a reprieve from all this high stuff. We should be seeing like $2.65 gas, and it's $3 and more. As I pull up behind a Subaru with a Elizabeth Warren sticker. It's got Elizabeth Warren and it says "Fight Dystopia." That's just backwards. Oh man, it makes your head hurt. I guess all these politicians been coming into Nevada thinking it's some kind of battleground state. I see the paper. It's like so and so was in Reno or Vegas like every other day. All these supposed candidates. It's like, oh well. I don't know how many actually turn out to even see them, but I do see it. I have been seeing a lot of Bernie bumper stickers, and that's the first Warren bumper sticker I've seen right here still in front of me. But they're out there, and the thing is, they're just like the right, where they get easily dissuaded. They just want to pick somebody to win. You know, they're not fully bought onto the ideology necessarily, especially ones that got just brand new stickers. Now the guys that have been riding around with the Bernie Sanders sticker for the last 8 years, those are the real troublemakers. But usually they're like 70 years old already. They're like the same age as Bernie. They helped him get into college and stuff or whatever. But is what it is. Keep your eyes on the swivel. See what's going on around you at all times, right? Mules buying $5.56 on the discount. I don't know if Walmart's stopping selling a bunch of stuff, right? Wasn't that their new company policy coming up after an incident got them so distraught that they decided to stop selling? Was it the El Paso incident that they're going to start doing that? I don't know. I don't usually go to Wally World for that stuff. It's usually not a very good selection and not a deal around here, at least. But man, all kinds of talk going on out there. Sorry I can't keep up with the chat. Talk and drive at the same time. Fuzz Fork, what's up, Fuzz? Hope you're doing good out there, Fuzz. Fuzz look up to 17 degrees. That's what I'm talking about. Winter. Yeah, we haven't had much of a snow globe. We've had a couple days of the snow globe, but we definitely had some freezing. At night, we're in the 20s. We've had some teens a couple days. It's here. So we'll enjoy it while we can. But we'll see what goes down. Everybody has been hyping up the whole impeachment thing, like they're going to kick something off if the impeachment happens. You hear channels talk about that, and people on the internet and social media. Everybody's like, that's the last straw, and et cetera, et cetera. People would rather go fight for a man than they would for ideals. That's the probably biggest problem we have, is people don't know what ideals are worth fighting for, so they rather fight for a man. Thus, our current situation and problem, you know? And thus, here we are. And like I said about earlier, if you guys missed it, there was a tweet on the Twitter. What's the most important thing that we need to get done in America? Something to that effect to help America. And two of the choices were eliminate the national debt, and the other one was to re-elect Trump. And there were two other choices, and I forget what they were, but the re-elect Trump was like hands down the biggest choice, and it just made you sad how just totally ignorant people were, thinking that one man could, one, affect that much change and difference, and two, that he's the man and the one that can do it. You know, so it's really just sad state of affairs. And there's not really getting much through to people, because whenever you're going to talk to somebody rationally about Trump, and you're like, yeah, have you seen this and that, you know, and this, you know, what about, you know, he said he was going to do this, but yet we're still in the Middle East, we're putting more troops in the Middle East, we're piling up debt at record rates, which it's not his fault necessarily, I don't blame him, but he can't stop it. But he's not, you know, he's not backing up what he said he would do, right? And people like automatically call you a leftist, call you a America hater or whatever. Like, dude, you don't even know what, you're just total emotional arguments, just like the leftists, you know, do. So what you have is the corporate fascist right is what they're turning into with these emotional arguments. They don't even realize it half the time. And you just got to shake your head and walk away, because there's no getting through to them. It doesn't seem like. Everybody's set in their trench waiting to exchange blows. So they're going to fight over corporate fascism versus communism, and thus we will continue to devolve. Fuzz is good. That's cool. But I see Angel R. What's going on, Angel? How's things? Man, talk about misery, Angel. How do you get through January in South Florida? I mean, no snow, no cold weather, no ice. I mean, that's miserable, Angel. I don't know how you do it. But I hope you're doing good. We're going to have to get you back in a chat sometime, Angel. We'll have to chat it back up. Maybe over the holidays we get a little time, and we'll kick up a live one. Maybe get the crew back together for something and just rehash the year, the year of madness. Which, speaking of rewind, you know, we were talking about Brexit, and we've been saying for a while they weren't going to let it happen, the powers that be, and yet here we are, and they still haven't kicked off Brexit because the EU controls it. Big central government. The English will not get what they desired. And that's, if you talk about some place that should fight back, I mean, man, that's a clear indicator. The Paris riots been going on, the protests. I didn't get a chance to comment on the protest in Barcelona with the secession movement. Kept on going after the year anniversary, and they convicted some of the leaders of the movement to X number of days in prison, and that kicked off some riots there. Chile, et cetera, et cetera. Just they're occurring more and more often in different places, except for the U.S., of course, because we have a huge police state to prop all that stuff and keep all that stuff tamped down. The police state will keep everything in check. Plus, we still got electricity's on, and the gas is relatively inexpensive, so farmers are getting paid off with buyouts and bailouts and stuff, so everybody's keeping themselves in check, I guess you would say, around here. But people are getting antsy. People are tired of the same old mess and not anything getting better. And people are starting to realize too, to a large degree, to a larger and larger extent, they just don't know. They just keep blaming, pointing fingers at, you know, one group instead of the hard questions of the big overlapping conglomerate government being the problem. They want to point fingers at a faction instead of the system is the problem. They think if they can control the system, it'll be better. Look, we can fix this. Yeah. Yeah, no, not really. Yeah, I saw that, Angel, right? Who got flown out of Bolivia in a helicopter or whatever? There was a coup, and I didn't really dig down deep into that, but it looked like a CIA op for sure. And you figure Bolivia was one of the few countries that was protecting Assange, right? Was it Assange or somebody else? I think Bolivia had Assange in their embassy, right? Is that right? That seems to be right. And then as soon as he got rolled up, they put things in motion to take that government down, basically. Lots of nefarious deeds like that going on. It's like this whole thing on impeachment over Ukraine is just laughable. When you trace back the roots of it, it's all central banker shenanigans, the whole mess of it, you know. Just makes you shake your head. 88 Mark, hey, how you doing? Trump wants to increase 8-1B visas. Those good jobs should be going to our kids. Yeah, Americans are too busy going to concerts and doing crack or something. I don't know what goes on. Americans don't want those jobs. They don't want the hard jobs. They just want to get paid a lot for doing nothing, I think, is our problem, Mark. You know, we got a few people that want to have good skills and do things, but a lot of the people, Americans, just want the easy ride. We don't want to do the hard thing. That's why we have the problem that we currently have. Like I said earlier, people would rather fight for a person than for ideals and true what's the word? Ideals, I guess, is ultimately the foundation of the country. People don't want to fight for that. They want to fight for people and a man, and you know. So thus here we are. But thanks for checking in, everybody. Hope everybody's prepping hard, but still enjoying your Christmas season. You know, because you got to do that. I think Mule's been saying it for the longest time now. Enjoy what you can while you can, just day to day, and just keeping your eyes open on the bigger picture, just to stay aware, but keep your sanity. Don't get sucked into it too far. Hey, Jayufam, how you doing? Thanks for checking in. It's been a minute. We got a lot of the crew here. Fuzz doesn't want to work. I want to walk around all day and look important, right? I want to play the role, but I don't want to be the role, right? Yeah, it's a big system of the country as a whole. But Mark, I'd say the job should go to those who can do it and who want to work hard and do the job. The H-1B visa thing is, you could say it's subversive, but when I look around at some of the, especially when you look around in like the healthcare sector, the problem with America is that medical school people can't afford to go. All these foreigners go to their foreign medical school on a much easier path, well, easier quote unquote. I mean, they still have to study hard and stuff, but there's an affordability factor for most Americans. And people X out being doctors early in life, and because it's just, they see it as a financial burden unless they're already of significant financial means. Most people just write it off. They're never going to do that. Nursing's probably the only thing that people continue to strive for at a common everyday man level, you know. But kids don't want to grow up to be doctors anymore. Hopefully they don't want to grow up to be lawyers. The last thing we need is lawyers. If we could get rid of a few lawyers, we'd be a lot better off. The day of automation is the thing we got. I think that's going to really smack America upside the head. There was an article the other day about Christine shared about a trucking company going out of business that had been around for so long. And the problem with the trucking, that's all going to be automated. BMW, Tesla, they've all got automated trucking variants that they're dealing with that are going to be putting their, I mean, there was an article I read over the summer that was like within 5 years, 80-90% of the trucking would be automated and all just done by drone trucks, basically, right? And there were some kinks to work out. talked about some of the issues and some of the problems, but as far as the actually getting it done with, safely. But they're full bore ahead with getting that implemented, because the more people they can remove from the factor, from the system, the increases their profit margins in the long run. Initial investment up front. Did we have a Saints sighting? Saints checked in? This mule wants to be a weed banker. Hey, Saints and Sappers. What's going on, Saints? Hope you're doing good. Thanks for checking in. Saints has been busy lately. Saints had making him a new pond, and he fixed his well over the summer, and got all kinds of stuff going on down there. Hey, Roger Wilco, how's it going? Thanks for checking in. Haven't seen you in a minute. Haven't been on here in a minute, so it's like a big kumbaya session. Okay, we can get started now that Roger's here. We're past the 30-minute mark now. We're about ready to wrap this up. You can rewind, Roger, and check in on what we talked about earlier if you want. You know the drill. Barry Wood, evening. What's going on, Barry? Hope you're doing good. It's probably a little chillier where you are than it is down here. Just about everybody showed up, right, Bikes? That's right. That is the crew, the YouTube crew, right? That's cool. Yeah. Thanks for being around. Check in, folks. We're about ready to roll into the casa here, and we'll check out. But just letting you know, we still got our eye on the ball, and laughing as the madness rolls through on the TV. And the vast majority still don't just see the symptoms. They don't see the disease. It's like they see the patient has a fever, but they don't realize he's got the smallpox. They think he's got a cold. Something like that, I guess. They think it's reversible. It's terminal. So yeah, there's just so many things that have gone on and are going on. I mean, the Virginia issue is a huge one, and that's really keep an eye on that to see. I mean, it's like Brexit. People talk about it. That we're gonna stand up to this, and you got these sanctuary counties and cities that are popping up at the regular, which is what should happen. Which I find it funny because, and who was talking? I think it was Delaware Patriot did a video on this about, people pop in on his videos or chat and be like, you got to get out there and you got to do stuff. We got to get active. This is going on. Like, bro, we've been in this fight for a decade now. Like, thanks. Welcome to the party. Like, you're preaching to the choir. You don't know a lot of times if you're talking to real people or not, so you don't know how much of it is bots, and just pre-planted operatives that are out there to stir malcontents or to test the waters, if you will. But I found that funny that's so true, that people, when they wake up, they go high and to the right, and they're just all of a sudden like all concerned, like, hey, this has been going on for a while. Thanks for joining us, but we can only do what we can do, and check back a few years on some of our content if you really want to see what we've been working on and doing, etc. So, all right, folks, I want to check out here. We're rolling it in. Appreciate everybody coming out and enjoying HRM Weapons Machinist falling into formation at the last minute. What's up? Glitch Mod. All right, what's up, Glitch? What is going on? Thanks for checking in. Are you what's your status? I guess I should say. I'll just say that. You don't have, I guess you can comment later if you want to or not, but you were away at training, and what's the status, I guess? How's it going? Good to see you, Glitch. But yeah, y'all stay safe, stay frosty, for no other better term, right? The boogaloo is upon us. Y'all have a good one. Live free.